limit to the other ones we do.
I don't know what Paul and Mary Lou are talking about, but I'm gonna start. So, hey, gang, what's up?
Where we live.
Yes. Anyway, yo, you're here. We're gonna do a live taping of Creators Unstuck. I'm glad to see that y'all can make it. And anyway, yo, you're here. We're gonna do a live. Who's watching? Who's watching YouTube? All right, turn it down. Nobody watch YouTube. Anyway, we're gonna get this joint twisted, and first of all, I have a couple of announcements to make. Let me do a quick switch accounts to make sure that I have it down. Creators Unstuck is at a whopping 32 subscribers. Look, we did it. I don't know. Listen, some of y'all be tripping because you're like, but I only have less than 100. And I'm gonna say this. I say it all the time. I'm gonna say it again. If 32 of y'all was in this room right now, I would want to kill some people. I would be super like, oh my God, it's too much. Everybody out, everybody out. So you gotta like not look at it like it's small. Look at it like it's effective, like we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're kind of gonna talk about this a little bit today, but I'm stoked that within a matter of a week, we're up to 32. You know what I mean? If you could do 32 subscribers a week, in 2.5 months, you could be at 320. Think about it like that. Think about it like that. Boom. All right. Boom. So let's get that going. Keep it moving. I think that is super elegant. I am super excited, and thank you to all of the people that have jumped on. If you're unfamiliar, it's at youtube.com/creators unstuck. Oh, God, what I wouldn't do for a Topo Cheeks right now. That is my favorite thing in the world. That is my favorite thing. I don't know why. Like, all these other brands came out, whatever, but Topo Chico is the answer.
It's number one.
It's so good. That's super stupid. That just super derailed what I was thinking. But I love me
that's my
Topo Cheeks.
I got that on hand all the time.
Bruh.
It's just nice.
No, it's nice. I just got regular plain ass water today.
Do you already know your pick of the week? You already have that. I have to decide what is it gonna be.
I'm gonna put it in. Let's go. So what we're doing right now before we start the recording is we're gonna give you a little bit of behind the scenes of how we set it up. So I've been in the notion. I start like separating sections out to make it easier to see. We don't really have a guest this week, so I could take that part out. And then the audience is for the we should always restate the audience. We know you guys, we know who you are about, but we should always restate the audience. So what I've been doing is using turn into and then going into call out. And then I'm gonna leave that part for Mary Lou to type since I can't type on screen.
Where are you at? Oh, who is this for?
Yeah, in episode 3. Oh, you're here. I can see your face right there.
I see.
So straight number 3. Well, it's the second call block. You can type it inside the block. So just 86 the parentheticals.
Okay.
I'll show you my style. Bam. Ooh, that was dumb. Don't do that. You got to shift enter, and then put that.
So it stays in the block.
Yeah.
Man, I need a Notion course. I need a Notion crash course.
Don't worry. It's just for eyeballs. Okay, so while she's doing that, I'm going to type in what my pick of the week is. It's actually no space. Boom. And then what I need to do, because I haven't done this in the last couple, is to put the, what they call that thing? You know the thing inside the browser that takes you places? Yeah, the link. I need to put the link in. Oh, let's go.
Oh, back in movement. I see it. I see Mark. I see Mark moving.
Oh, why everything got freezed for a second?
Yeah, but maybe that was just for me. It's possible.
No, that's cool. It's the internet, man. Like, these joints happen. All right, so we're going to leave the Earl there. We're going to call it like that. And then there's that. So I got my stuff in there. And then let's talk about it. We give you something to talk about. Let me take the sponsor joint real quick, and I'm gonna show you a shortcut, people. If you highlight this, you can click on text, and you can actually go in here and switch to call out too. So you don't have to do, like a multiple type situation, right? But I kind of like the turn into version better, actually, because I accidentally hit quote. So anyway, under the sponsor, we're gonna hit that. And then we're going to do a little one of these shift enters. P-O-D, P-A-K. Boom. I'll pop the link in. https://THEPODPAK.com. All right. And then I will hit a new space. Come on. Fingers, get to the end of the line. Oh yeah, control. Ooh, wrong side. That's what Mac. You got to do option. Takes you to the end of words. There you go. And then, boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam. There we go.
And what's so cool about this Notion is we can both be working on different parts of it at the same time.
This is why it's cool. You're 100%. If you are doing some things where, people are able to work with you, it's really, really handy. And also when you're doing your pre-show talk like we're doing right now, which we do when we call each other, but we just said we should do this live, right? Just so y'all can see what it is. It's the same thing, and you can work in the same document. This works for Google Docs. Let's say I'm just not a Notion people. You can do this in Google Docs. But I'm going to give you one more crazy that nobody thinks about. You can do this in Pages. You can work on the same document together in Pages. I'm going to make it even stupider than Pages. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Because I'm in your head.
I'm gonna live rent free in your head all day.
All day. Can't get rid of me.
Yeah. Actually, Mark, I've been meaning to do a training for you guys on Freeform. Freeform is dope. I still go back to using note apps because I've used interchangeably GoodNotes and Notability for various projects for over a decade. So I like them better. But if somebody wanted to do some joint Freeform is cool. Now, here is where Freeform is going to shine. Come September, when Siri get her glow up and she come back and she got her little implants in or whatever, then it's going to be more insane, okay? Because then Freeform, Siri can reach up into Freeform and get the get down from the get down. All right, let me do this. I think I'm going to have to kill my little experiment for this recording, but not really, because I keep forgetting to change it in all of the scenes. I got to change this, right? I don't know if Joe showed up yet, because Joe was asking, which was which, but boom. So Markdown is a syntax language, not necessarily program, but the Brett Terpster's marker program is the bomb. I forgot what it's called. I have it on my computer. But I used to work with Brett. Brett and I are friends. But I use Markdown for everything. That's just how my brain thinks in Markdown. And one day, I need to sit down and I could teach you guys Markdown in an hour, and it would change your life. Mark II, that's the answer. Not to be confused with Mark Huff. They get it? That was funny what I just said. Anyway, going back to Notion. Stop listening to Mark. Okay, so I was hoping that you got the link. I was going to tell you to put in your doohickey link.
Got the doohickey link.
All right, so I think we're good. We got the hook. What are we going to do for the hook?
What did I say? Hold on, I got some brainstormed.
Some storm.
I was make my pick of the year's ChatGPT.
Dude, always. Actually,
my bestie.
I gotta I gotta put you in Claude because Chat is dope. Claude's even doper.
Claude is different. How's it different?
Smarter.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
that's it's funny to say that, but that's smarter this week. Give it 2 weeks, and then Chad would jump back in front, and then Claude would jump back in front, and they just keep leapfrogging each other. And I gotta say, Gemini actually is relatively gangster as well.
Yeah, I was using Gemini and Chat side by side, but then it was the same kind of thing. Like Chat kept jumping ahead of it. Like Gemini would be good for a second, and then Chat's like, actually, who's
Yeah.
the Regina George of this situation?
Okay, so here's the dope part about these hooks right here. Let's sprinkle these in various places. So we're gonna rehook. We're gonna hook and rehook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like after when we're changing segments, right? Like when we're coming back to the topic.
Yeah. So here, I'll show you what I mean. This number 5 right here, we're gonna slip her underneath there. Bingo.
Oh, I love this.
Okay. One thing
I think the first one is the best one, so that should stay at the top. That ever
Okay.
felt like an underdog? Here's why.
Yeah.
That's like kind of where my heart is.
let's make it relevant. Wait, is noob too nuanced? Is that too nuanced? Is that nerd only, or should we just stick to newbie, neophyte?
Well, neophyte I think would be too hard. I think newbie's the good in between.
All right. Neophyte
And
is
you-
that's a man. I learned that mess in like 7th grade. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, I mean, like I know what it is. I'm sure a lot of people know what it is. But if somebody's like English isn't their first language, they might not know that.
Hey, they need to get to America. All right, boom. So let's put this down here. Bingo. Let's give you
And this morning I was
something
talking with Will a
talk
little bit about
about.
what he feels like might be a disadvantage that's actually an advantage. So I'm curious to hear what other people say theirs might be.
Who's said that?
Will, I was talking to Will at breakfast this morning about what is his like
Matthew?
a disadvantage that's actually an advantage.
Oh yeah, Matthew. I would just look real closely at the screen in the upper left-hand corner, and answer that question. I'm messing with him.
No
All right.
shit.
I like number 1 for sure. Let me go ahead and do this. My favorite. Turn into call out. And then check this out. I can go into call out, and then I can do things like so after you have the call out, you can go ahead and mess with the colors if you want, right? So you can go to color and then go purple. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go to color and you can go pink. Love it, right? And then because the hooks are important, we can bold them up. Bingo. You know what I'm saying? Today we were giving you. Oh yeah, so I said we can change it too. I said today we're giving you deets on how to turn your weaknesses into strengths.
I
Right?
think that's fine. That's
That's
clear
fine.
enough.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's put the other 2 hooks in between the 2 bullets. So we're gonna drag 2. Oi, Mary, man, you
where?
moved. This mouse is going too quick. We're gonna put 1 hither. And then we're going to put the 3rd. You know what? I don't have my clicks in my mouse. That's what it is. You know when you turn your clicks off, the mouse just flies? Especially people. I cannot say enough about this. It's going to be a super stupid interstitial. There's nothing doper than the Logitech MX3 Master. This mouse is sick. And there's a new MX3 Master. That is this in a sideways
But
hand.
flat. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the exact same as this, but for arthritics. I ain't that old, Mary Lou. But it is. I bought one for my sister because she has arthritis in her wrist, and she's like, "I need a new mouse." I'm just thinking, what should I get? I was like, "I know what you're doing, Tiana," and then she was like, "What?" And I was like, "It'll be at your door in an hour." And she's like, no, I was just asking. No, you wasn't.
It'll
You
get there.
lying ass. I know exactly what you was doing. You know that rather than me trying to explain to you something, I would just buy it and send it to your house. And she was like, I was like, you jerk. And then she was like, well, you live rent free when you come home. And I was like, all right, then. I'm going to send you, little mouse. Shut up. But you know what I did?
A friend of mine is watching.
I sent her an open box. Take that.
Oh, you did? A friend of mine is watching, I think is a first time hanging out with us here, probably creeping in the chat. But he's texted me on the side and said, your pink mic is fabulous. This is my friend Alan. And in case any of you have not yet got them, order your Doc Pops because they're fabulous. So Doc designed these windscreens. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, windscreen, mic filter, pop filter.
Pop filters,
Doc
filters,
Pop,
yeah, in
call it
various
whatever you
different
want.
colors. So it just like it makes it special.
ASMR
It gives it a
phone.
little special.
What up, yo? Yolanda. Actually, the pink one would go good with my new Manchester United shirt. Anyway, so we got that Notion thing situated. There's only one thing we need to do is fill in the bullets. Actually, we could do the bullets live. I mean, it's up to you. It's your call.
Yeah. Let's see. Like as we go?
Yeah. It's up to you.
What is it?
We can put it, or we can roll with it. You know how it is.
No, I think we go with them and then see where it goes. Because
See where it
what
goes.
are we thinking here?
You know what I'm saying? We
What's
know
the
how to
one thing
put
you
the
think is
shit
holding
back
you
on.
back? Right, because that's the question. Like then,
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
the topic is that hook. Yeah. So the bullets are there.
All right, cool. All right,
I
cool.
like it.
I like
We
it.
do it. And then remember, we introduce at the end.
Yes.
We introduce ourselves at the end and then close the chats.
So, boom. Let me grab this. Boom. Bingo. Audience participation. And you don't have to do this, turn it into call out joints. I just like it because it makes it easy for your brain to see. Everything is segmented. Your brain can brain. You know what I mean? That's why I like it. Ooh, baby, I like it like that. I like it like that.
Who's got
So
the
this one-
list?
Let me delete this. Oh, you mean Kathy's list? Freaking Kathy. Man, now I'd be scared to say stuff because Kathy be taking notes.
We're all taking notes. We see
All right.
everything.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, cool. All right, so I do hook. You'll do teaser
Check. Hold on.
because you do the welcome to.
Yes. Ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen, welcome to Creators Unstuck. So anybody who saw my video, now you know the difference. I am changing all of these into the old Ozbot because I am dog fooding. You understand what that means? Dog
No, I don't.
fooding. Dog fooding is when you actually use the shit you tell other people to use. If you're Notion, and then be like, oh, what do you guys use as your business organization app? And they're like, click up. You will want to punch them in the. Never mind. You know what I'm saying. So that's what. Oh, come in, you stop. That's what dog fooding is. Because there are definitely, people, especially YouTube influencers, that will tell you to get XYZ, and then they don't even use it themselves. You know what I mean? And that's a little faulty. So I'm dog fooding because I'm trying to tell people it doesn't really make a difference. And I cannot tell you, of the responses I got, more than 50% of the people got it wrong.
Oh, if you're using a different camera?
No, because I did I see Mary Lou AC. That's okay. I'm just teasing you. I made a video on YouTube to say which is the Sony and which is the
I see.
Ozbot, the $1,800 setup versus the less than $200 setup, and more than 50% of the people got it wrong.
Bum, bum, bum. Because it looks good.
And you know what? I screwed up. I forgot to take the Pro Mist filter off of the Sony, which is the dead giveaway. Because if I took that off, you definitely would be harder to tell. But anyway, thank you, Wayne. Wayne is here. Wayne is welcome to the the community not named yet, but I just call Unstuck East for now, but that's a really stupid name, so we'll come up with a better one. Welcome, Wade. Wait. There you go. They not like us. They not like us. All right, we are kicking it with Pam. Yes, dog fooding or eating your own dog food refers to a practice of using one's own products or services in real-world scenarios. Bingo. Boom, boom. Obviously, yes, it was. And don't tell nobody in the comments, though. We're going to leave them stuck. I thought Joe was coming today. Know your Joe? Because he asked, and I was like, I ain't telling you. That's part of the secret. And then he kind of laughed. But I knew if he came, I was going to tell him. Again, all of us video guys can tell right away. We know. But the point is, for the beginners, it's not that big a difference that for someone who is just starting out, not sure if they're going to stick to it, still planning, there's no way they should run out and buy like, $1,800 worth of crap, right? Well, even if you took the stock lens on a ZV-E10, you're still $800, right? You could legit buy 4 Osbots for that same $800. I would rather you spend I sincerely would rather you spend the $179 on the Osbot Tiny 2 Lite and then spend the $279 on the what Mary Lou got in her face. I can't make the words come out. MV7 Plus. I didn't say sunblock. I got sunblock too.
You said like on my face.
No, I said in your face. That white thing.
In my face. Yes, this one it's come up a couple of times. People are like, "Oh, that microphone's so good. How much is it?" And then I tell them, and they're like, "Oh, do you have a recommendation that's like under $100?" I was like, "No, just wait, just like save a couple more pennies, and then get the good one, because then you're good to go." This MP7 Plus is killer.
I don't know how to actually say it, but I'm using the Rich Poos. You ain't gonna say it. The Rich Poos sunblock.
La Roche-Posay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you say it too, but I know.
But you know that translates to the rich. Never mind. Don't say the P word in front of Paul. Get it? Anyway. Okay, so Joe, that's the bottom one in the video. Now you know you did hear it. I mean, you are here. You did hear it. Man, my English is jacked up. We didn't even get started yet. But yeah, I'm on La Roche-Posay number 70 daytime. That's how you keep your skin good. Dudes don't be wearing sunscreen or moisturizer because it's butch, and then when their face fall off or you get old and you look like Mitch McConnell, you'll be like, I should listen to Doc. All right, let's get it. We're gonna breathe it out. Go ahead and have another hit of your little your Topo Cheeks. Here.
Topo Chico. Wait, this one.
Side, Lou.
Ready?
Yep. I can't go through it. There you go. Pink.
We need a sound effect for that one.
Freaking Paul.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
I almost puked on the mic because of Paul. You're stupid. He mad stupid. He said, I thought you were wearing bronzer. Oh my God. I almost damn choked because of Paul. I think I got a little water in my nose, Paul. Damn it. Oh God.
And you have all your Doc Pops behind you. I didn't notice that before.
Oh yeah. Hey girl, hey.
This is the setup. Yes. What did y'all order? I'm ready to order my green set next.
Let's go. All right. And we're gonna dedicate this episode to Wayne. Since Wayne just showed up, and let me take off the hat. Sorry, Manchester United, you get relegated for Creators Unstuck. All right, sorry, gang. I have a pet peeve. It's really stupid. I'm probably the only one that has this pet peeve. I cannot stand to talk to people with dirty glasses.
Oh, yeah, it's a thing.
Like, I have a hard time, because I look at people's eyes. Like, that was always my thing. You know, even like, in my courtship of Eddie Haskell or whatever, like it was always about the eyes. You know, a nice whatever was cool, but you got to have kind eyes. If you got jacked up eyes, I don't care if you had body of goddess. We can't deal, right? And so I can't stand talking to people with freaking dirty glasses. I don't know. It's like I can't see into their soul, but then it also tells me that they don't care. So I have to clean my glasses. I'm sorry, it's a thing.
AT, hey.
I have to be really, 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 really busy in the middle of something or have recently screwed it up for you to see me with completely dirty glasses. Like, it's just something I can't take. Or I don't have a proper cloth because I'm not cleaning my glasses with my shirt. That's not a thing. All right, this is going to sound weird, but okay. Especially the people that have eyebrow dandruff and it gets all up in the glass. Oh my God. Bruh, first of all, let me get you on the Roche Poussey. Then second of all, can you just take them off and go like the old people used to do back in the day? All right, y'all are way too inside baseball with this doc recording right now.
Oh my gosh. All right, so while we're getting warmed up here, about to start recording, let us know what like a perceived disadvantage you have, and then how it might actually be an advantage, or maybe you just think you have a disadvantage and we'll set you straight.
We'll set you straight. So just to make it easier for me to be able to see them, trust me, we will recognize you at the end of this recording. I'm not going to, it depends on my flow. I may or may not give you that props in the middle of the stream. Also may not want to out you. So please put in.
That's like for our discussion later.
Yeah, for our discussion. Please put in like a disadvantage or weakness and, you know, like in parentheses or colon or something that makes it easy for me to see. And then also what it is, whatever you assume your perceived weakness is. And I do know one that's semi-universal that I can't wait to tackle in this thing because it was the same one that I had. Okay. So give you guys a couple seconds to throw that in there. And then, thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Okay, so YouTube should catch up. You guys should hear that comment. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm working on no coffee right now.
How dare you?
Yesterday I did something worse. I did decaf first.
No.
I was like, never mind, I'll just skip it. The decaf.
Who are you?
It's BS. Dr. freaking Andrew, stupid, said you need to delay your caffeine intake by an hour. Well, I got up early and I was delayed and I was just about to come downstairs, but then I just got uncle dutied, and so I got to pick up Emma from swimming, and so that sidetracked my coffee making, and then I had to run downstairs. So
I see.
There it is.
So sorry for your loss.
Thank you, because trust me, bro, it's killing me. It's killing me. Paul, your disadvantage is not disadvantage. If you're like Joe, like Paul just did it. You just put like D for disadvantage or W for weakness, and then let us know what it is, and then we'll come in. We'll come in. Boom. Yo, what's up, Bix? Oh, guys, pay attention. I don't have the thing to share it right now, but it's going to start in August. Bicky has been working with Team Mackie. You guys know how much I love my Mackie. And my Mackies, I have two. There's one right there. And then the other one is right there. They're going to give away an XS and a microphone, headphones, speakers. They're going to give away $1,000 studio. And basically, I think all you're going to have to do is join the Discord. But make sure you're following Mackie on everything social, because the contest basically starts in 4 days. When is the first? 4 days, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple days, yeah.
Make sure you're up on it. I don't want to pull up my email or open a Discord right now before we record and break something. But if we get to the end, I'll recover this. But hit a Bicky. He can give you the thing. He can't put links in the situation right now. But yeah, just hit up Bicky. You can find him. He's in my Discord. And then he's running the Mackie Discord. So get over there, get a chance to win $1,000 freaking worth of stuff. It starts on the 5. I leave on the 6. See, he be starting contests when I'm out of country, so I can't win. I see what you did, Becky. I thought we was tight. All right, let's go. You ready, Mary?
They don't have internet where you're going.
It's Japan. They had good internet. I can do a full ass 8K live stream from a 300-mile-an-hour train. Yet in the U.S., never mind.
That's a whole other thing. All right, I'm ready when you're ready. That's the next reel. We gotta talk about some like warm ups.
Anything in the teeth?
Teeth look good.
Looking good. No broccoli. I don't eat broccoli, so you ain't gotta sweat that. All right, counting it down. I'm gonna undo this recording. So basically, in Ecamm people, what I do is I stop the recording, and then I start it again, and then that's how we get it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this recording. I'm gonna give it a second to do its thing. Now, I want you guys to know, I have my sinuses today, my allergies. I'm not going to talk about it in the show. I'm going to just sniff. Pre-show, you hear about it. After show, you hear about it. But I'm going to just sniff and cough like normal. I'm not going to make a deal out of it, okay? All right, cool. Here we go. And we're going to start the recording. Counting it down in 5, 4, 3108. Aloha, everybody, and welcome to Creators
Unstuck.
I take it back. We're gonna do it again. We start with.
I know it was wrong, but the thing that's we roll with it.
It's the Katie though. The Katie is in my brain, bro, because that's how we do the flow. It's a whole different show. All right, Mary Lou, you're up.
Show? What? Because Katie won't start.
No, we always do. Welcome to the flow. So it's just a habit.
I see. Okay, so just go into it. You're not gonna start the re-recording, right?
Nope.
Cut it out.
I'll cut it.
Amazing. Okay. Have you ever felt like the underdog? Are you a small channel? Are you new to making content? Or you have some other kind of perceived disadvantage? Well, today on Creators Unstuck, we're going to talk about how that disadvantage is probably your unfair advantage.
Woo. Welcome to Creators Unstuck. This show is about helping creators who are just stuck in the myriad things that come to you as a content creator. And definitely one of them is this idea of these are my weaknesses. These are the things I can't do. These are what's holding me back, so forth, so on, etc. So this week we're talking about what's holding you back. So that's our question. Our question for this week. And make sure you drop this in the comments. If you catch this reel on social, put it in the comments. The cool thing about Creators Unstuck is we're being out there for creators in general. It doesn't matter whether you create YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, podcasts, excuses, whatever.
All creativity.
This is all creativity. This is a safe space. We want to help you get unstuck and let your creativity flow. And the most important thing for us is going to be y'all. Y'all got to actually get out there and fess up, because we can't help you if you don't raise your hand. Hey, excuse me, I got a question. So drop them down in the hotness below. All right, Mary Lou. What would you say is the thing that's holding you back?
I would say historically, this is kind of projected onto me, would be the fact that I am a woman in production, right? A woman in this kind of a space would be a perceived disadvantage. Now, I've fortunately over the years done the work on that, and that is like by far my advantage, because I scare people. The ones who are scared of women, they get scared of me. And I was like, that's not my problem. That's your problem. That's like flipping a disadvantage to an advantage is something that I think is an advantage that I've developed over the years. Because anytime I'm like, oh, well, I don't have the right camera, it's like, that's fine. That I can make that an advantage, because then I have to work within these confines. Like sometimes like creativity like works well with like some boundaries. Yes,
man. You think about our mom's ability to go into the fridge and pull out some ingredients that don't make no dang sense, and then they throw it together, and then whip it up in a little pancit, and you're like, Oh, hold up, girl. What was that? And then you're like, Mom, can you make that again? Nah. Why? Because that was the one time we had these amount of ingredients. I don't even remember what I put in there. You know, Mom's be doing, I be doing that. Like, I can make fried rice out of anything in anybody's refrigerator. Like, it's just something that I've developed the skill at, being a poor kid. So again, people, today we're talking about turning those weaknesses or perceived weaknesses into an advantage. And like, think about some of the things that are holding you back, because maybe we can help you sort of reframe that. That's my common terminology. I'm going to reframe it, or just let's take out the science. We're going to look at it differently so you can figure out how to make that work for you. So you mentioned the one thing about being a female in the production space. I have a similar thing of being a person of color in the production space. But one of the ways I've always flipped that on the head, I believe, is expectations are lower. So I don't run my mouth. I'm going to just do it. And then they be like, oh, who did that? And they be like, oh, Doc did that. They're like, what? Who helped you? Me. No, you must have had like a tick. No, I did it. They're like, oh, snap. All right, cool. You know, so you show you what you're working with, right? Put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. So oftentimes in a situation where people are going to think less of you, the knee-jerk reaction is the one to fight back. The knee-jerk reaction is to be like, yo, I've got Pelés. I have awards. Like, I have won. Like, every job I've ever been in sales, I've been the number one salesperson the next time they count score, right? But just don't say nothing. Just be quiet, show up, and do the thing, and do the thing, do the thing. And,
right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
There's a big advantage in being underestimated. Like, being the underdog means you're just underestimated, and you're also unexpected. Because you can just sneak up on people because they're like, ugh, that's not somebody to worry about. So then you just sneak up and they're like, oh, whoops, I should have been looking over there.
Should have
been.
Well,
you are
paying
now,
attention.
aren't you?
All right, so I want to say that, you know, again, on the question of today, what's holding you back? One of the common ones I hear, and I would say also it was one of mine for the longest time, is everybody will go to time. And I'm not talking about the herb. I'm talking about time. Everybody will say, I don't have the time. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, first of all, let's start here. Nowadays, and I had this conversation with someone yesterday, there is no greater time than this week to be a creator, because there are tools out here that just make your time so much simpler. From the productivity and product management tools to just some of the creator tools that are out there, like how fast one can upload a video, cut a video, fix the sound on the podcast. Like, it's bananas. When I do this podcast, I take my audio and Lou's audio and I throw them at an app that basically evens us out and makes her sound louder than me softer, so that we can be even.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. And then it puts that back into a single audio file that is just ready to go. I can just pop that right in. Before, that alone, just getting the levels right, would probably take me an hour or so of just tweaking. So I think about that. But I also believe that it's super easy nowadays because of things like the watch and the ring. I can self-audit my day, right? Because Google will give me a map of where I've gone throughout the day. If you're not scared of, you know, them knowing where you went, I can see where I'm wasting time. And so now when one of my buddies is like, hey, can we go do X? I'm like, no. And then they hit you with, oh man, but you used to, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I used to do a lot of things. But in order for me to get to where I want to be, I need to work on this. We're friends. You love me more than anybody else in my crew. You have got to give me that space to do this thing I want to do, because this means almost as much to me as you do. And if you want to remain a member of the family, if you want to remain a member of my friend group, then you need to respect that. And anybody who doesn't is not your, press the button for the censor friend. I can't find it. I can't find it. No. All right, it's none of those. All right, I don't even have the
like Doc's
censor.
disadvantages, all the things. It's just
I don't have
so
the
many
censor
buttons.
button loaded, but I can hit it with a. So there's that.
That's right.
All right, like legit. So, and most people are afraid to do that because they're afraid to lose a friend. Any friend that won't give you the space to do the thing that you need to do to improve your life is not your freaking friend anyway. So if I say, Sammy, listen, bro, you know I love you, but I can't deal with you this week. I got to handle this business. Sammy would be like, bet, I'll hit you up next week. And then Sammy would laugh at you because Sammy just laughs at everything. But, that's what he would do because he's a real G, right? That's my little Neff. Like, I know he would give me the space. I know that most of you guys, as friends, because we're all creators, you're going to give each other that space. So I think time is one that everybody uses. And I tell you, if you do a day audit and you check the rhyme, you can probably find some space. And you really need like an hour a day to get started. And you will find from the love and the care and the attention that you put into your craft, hours a day is enough, and you'll quickly turn that into because you do what you like. That's what grown folks do. You couldn't wait to get grown so you can do what you want to do, and then you don't do what you want to do because somebody else telling you what to do. No.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and with time, like we have the ability to wake up earlier or stay up later or manage things. Like these are choices that we can make. Like granted, there are things that you got to do, right? Like those of y'all that have kids, bless y'all for furthering the human race. I am not participating in that game,
Me neither.
but I will
Out.
take care of as many cats as I can. But bless y'all for doing that. Where you can, you have the option to do right with your time. So yesterday I had to wake up way earlier than normal because I needed to do a video with someone who's on the East Coast, but they could only do the morning. So I was like, you know what? That's fine. It's early. It was early for me, but it was like, you know what? I can do it. No problem. Because I have this flexibility, I can make that choice. So while that was perhaps a disadvantage because I'm like, oh, they're on the East Coast. Like I have to get up. I think I was like up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock to be like on camera, like 5:30. Doc does this all the time because he's like on another planet. But you can choose to do that. Like you can choose to do that. And yesterday, instead of that being like, oh, I got to wake up early, then I'll go back to bed, I used that advantage of being up early. And let me tell you, when I got so much done before 9 a.m. and I was like, it's only 9? Great. And I just like killed it. I did so much yesterday. And now next week I'm getting up extra early again.
Isn't it freaking incredible? So it's funny you say that because I was just talking about how the time thing changed. It was telling Ecam that I'm not afraid to get up at 4 a.m. because I'm ex-military. So I have no problem doing it. And then when I do get up that early to do some things, normally I'm done by like 5 or maybe 6. And then I got like 2 hours of golden hour because I have a practice, people. It's called golden hour. I get up and I spend the first hour of my day when the brain is the smartest learning myself the new stuff that y'all keep asking me, like, how do you know all of these things? I have a dedicated hour to fill my brain with new content. And it is, what is the word? Not unrevocable, not unquestionable. Oh my God, I can't think of the word right now.
It's just like required, right? Like
it's a required. Like there's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Like it's been non-negotiable for me for going on 20 years now. Like I'm gonna spend the hour first thing in the morning getting blessed. If I had to run to the other side of the island first thing in the morning, that means instead of listening to Kendrick in the car, I gotta listen to Seth. No shade, Kendrick. Between you, Drake, and Seth, guess who wins? You know what I'm saying? Seth got you. Sorry, Kendrick. I want to see Kendrick versus Gary Vaynerchuk. That'd be dope. Gary would win.
Oh, that would actually be very fun.
All right, so I'm going to listen to Gary. I'm not going to listen to Kendrick in that moment. So, yeah, like that is one of those things, and I think you just nailed it on the head, right? I found that what normally people would say, oh, it's so early, it's so early, it's so early. Like, that's an advantage, homie, because you got space for a minute. You know what I mean? And then you're up and about in your house when no one else is in your way, right? And so, a famous doc saying, either you in or you in the way. So let's go. I used to sell a T-shirt that say that.
That's a really good T-shirt. It's either you're in or you're in the way.
Right to that.
You better choose a lane. Choose a lane.
Choose wisely.
So with these disadvantages, perceived disadvantages that might be your superpower, right? You can make choices, and there's a lot of times there's things you can do about it. So like with the time zone thing, so it's like everybody else is awake at a different time, but you have to be awake because the people you're working with are on the other side of the planet. Well, that is an advantage actually, because you have to get up earlier, so you have a head start, you have more time. So it is about these choices. So even with like, I don't know graphic design that well. Like I don't have the eye for it or the energy for it or the time for it. But the advantage is, because of being in this community, we know people who do this, and that is an advantage of being part of communities, being out here with other creators. So we've got Marshall, who's working on our graphics, because that is where his zone of genius is, right? So it's like, can I pull from the community? That is an advantage from being out here in the community, right? We get to know other people who have other services like that. So grateful to them for sponsoring us and working on our stuff here, working on our graphics. I cannot wait to see what they are. But your advantage, like, of even like people saying like, oh, you spend too much time online, right? Like, is that a disadvantage or is it an advantage? You know, because we're out here.
Okay. I have a thought, but before I get to that thought, oh my God. First of all, I was going to give you props on the dope segue to bring in the sponsor line. But if you just clicked in, you just tuned in, you just found us some kind of way, today we're talking about turning your weaknesses into strengths. I know as a creator, there's a lot of weaknesses. Some are perceived, some are real as all get. But we're still going to tell you how to flip them on their butt and let's, turn them into a strength. So speaking of sponsors, because Lou just did it, like, man, that was elegant. We got to give a big shout out to PodPack. PodPack, you can find them at thepodpack.com. That is our homie Marshall Fox. And you'll notice right now that we have some really generic branding. Not for long. Not for long, homie, because PodPack is over there working feverishly on our new brand kit, and our brand kit is going to look so dope when it's done. Like, it's amazing. I just got to break bread with him in Atlanta, and I seen what their team can do. It's phenomenal. If you go over to PodPack, thepodpack.com, it's podpack.com, and use the code Creators Unstuck, you're going to get $500 off your podcast branding pack. Okay? Okay, it's gonna be your podcast, your show, your YouTube channel, whatever get your goodness got. Go check them out. It's gonna be dope. And then our other sponsor, I'll let Mary Lou read it because it just feels creepy when I do it.
Other sponsor, Creators Unstuck, is sponsored by Doc Pops. Look good, sound good. Doc has done the work and has known for years what it takes to sound good and look good on camera and out in the world. So he has done beautiful work designing these pop filters of many beautiful, beautiful colors. And I will say, like, personally, like, it's the most vibrant, beautiful ones that I've tried. I actually was going through my old gear and I found like old like colorful pop filters that I had, and they're not cute. Like, that's why I never used them. That's why they're in a box, and now they're gonna go in the trash because I got my Doc Pops. So you guys make sure you order them so all of us can get them, because we are in crowdfunding stage and we gotta get the orders up so everybody can look good and sound good with the Doc Pops.
Oh my God. Listen, okay, so I got thoughts about the spending too much time online thing, right? Know Your Joe is in our studio audience, and I just told Paul, oh my God, I said I had a thought. I forgot what it was that quick. But then Know Your Joe just put the comment in. So this is why you record in front of a live studio audience, people. This is why you record in front of a live studio audience. Thank you, Joe. The reason why people say we spend too much time online is those people have those little germ factories running around their house. And Cosmopolitan told them that letting their little germ factories be online is bad for them. So they accepted that whole cloth, right? I have a nephew who, of the nieces and nephews, that mama listened to me, and I was like, allow him to be online. He loves music. Let's get him making music videos. Let's get Kazuma making beats, right? Because he's a dancer. And so rather than just watch other people dance, how about he learn how to make his own music so his dancing is better, because he can make the tracks that goes with his ability to choreograph. whatever that word is. And Cuz is only 13, just turned 14, and he just got sent to Japan to go do a workshop. You know what I mean? Because he spent his time online creating beats, creating videos about his dancing. He's been in the Snoop Dogg video. He's been on Magnum PI. He's been on Hawaii Five-0. He's doing workshops in Japan. He's teaching workshops in Hawaii, all at the age of 14. While the parents are saying, oh, your kid's spend too much time online doing what? See, you took the lazy part and went spend too much time doing online. Online makes your brain broke, blah, 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 blah. Cosmo is about to buy his uncle a house in a couple of years. And all of y'all who kid, y'all ain't let online because y'all was scared. While you online trying to make money, you sound foolish. You sound foolish telling your kid not to be online. And now you think you two don't need to be online. And everybody is making money online and you feel some type of way because you're not making money online. If you do not let go of that thought, you cannot be successful online yourself because you have a certain amount of disregard for the thing that you're trying to use to make money. Online is not bad. There are idiots in the streets. There's idiots online. And you just learn how to navigate them. You know, when you grow up hood, you learn how to navigate thuggishness in the street. So if you grow up online, you learn how to navigate thuggish online. You don't hide from it. You work with it. So that's my thought. That had nothing to do with today's show. Well, maybe it does.
No,
but
it does.
I think it blocks people. I think it secretly blocks people from winning online because they still listening to Cosmo and all this other dumb stuff about social media is bad and blah, 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 blah. You can curate your feed. I don't see dumb stuff in my feed.
Right. So okay. So then that brings me to the next point that I want to discuss with you is about your perceptions. Like a lot of the times we've discussed in previous episodes, like the insecurities, the things that you're feeling are really projections from somebody else. It's somebody else's insecurity. So think about the projection that's happening. So this morning at breakfast, I was talking with Will, my partner, about this kind of concept. Just like, I was like, what do you feel like people thought was a disadvantage of yours, but it's actually an advantage? So he was working in writers' rooms.
Tall and smiley.
Yes, being tall and smiley was definitely an advantage. Caught my eye.
Oh, easy, Mary Lou. Calm down.
Woo! We just hit our 7-year anniversary. I'm so excited.
Congrats.
Thank you. That's it. That's the sound. So we were talking about him working in writers' rooms for TV and film. He's also an actor. So a disadvantage was that he is an actor and needed to leave sometimes to go on auditions. But was that an disadvantage at him, or was it that other people in the room felt insecure because he was doing the most like in the good way? Because when you think about in a writer's room, they're like, oh, you can't be a staff writer because you're an actor. But like that is not real, because you would think that's an advantage. You have an extra viewpoint. You have an additional mindset. You can see a little bit differently. Like you can look at things in a different way. And that's like all creativity is like, can you take this thing and look at it from a whole bunch of different angles? Now, the disadvantage of them not bringing him on to be staff writers, right? Because the people who are holding the keys, who got the locks to the door, who are keeping the gate shut, were feeling insecure about themselves. So a perceived disadvantage, because like in the system, it served as a disadvantage, but like in truth, it is a superpower. And now he's using that superpower because he's a writer and a performer and a musician and a comedian and doing all of his things. So think about that whenever your disadvantages like start to flare up or start to get in your way or cause trouble. Is that you or is it just it's their BS that's getting in your way?
It is their BS, man. And their BS is their belief system, right? A lot of times other people's belief system can definitely get you, man. It can definitely get you. So that is, oh my God, that is so true. All right, so I just get, like, again, I think of one of the things that's holding you back being an advantage, right? I heard a story where the person is completely disorganized, like terribly disorganized. But a lot of disorganized people figure out how to work their way through all of this. right? It's just how they roll, right? Because their brain is so fast that the idea of stop moving long enough to put a bunch of stuff into neat little boxes don't make any sense to them. So at a networking event, met somebody and was like, oh my God, I love you. Like, I want to work with you. I cannot wait. Traded business cards, the whole 9 yards, and then get back to the house the next day, get up, let me call this person back. Can't find a business card. But they busy, so they just keep doing their thing, whatever. Eventually, like 2 or 3 weeks pass, find the business card at the bottom of the briefcase. It's like, oh, snap. I need to call back Aubrey. Hey, Aubs. Sorry for the delay. I just want to give you a call and see if you're still interested in working together. And it's like, oh, my God, I know you are so busy. I am so surprised that you called me back. I can't believe you are taking time out of your busy schedule to call me back. Yes, I cannot wait to work with you. And because I understand you were so busy, I won't waste too much time. Let's just get straight into the details. Strength and weakness.
That's a strength.
You know what I'm saying? I try to explain this to my team. My team is the biggest over planners in the world. And I'm like, I can do stuff and rotate on the fly and fix it faster than you can plan it. Just let me do it. But they got to plan everything and they get on my damn nerves. But I love them. They drive me crazy. They be planning like how to move a page from one page to the other page. I'm like, while you guys are planning, I already did it. Like, just give me the bullet points. Let me make the video. They got to plan when you're going to make the video. I was like, I can make a video in my sleep. This was the Cap Show. And like, in working with them, love them to death. They're awesome. But the team had all these various plans about all these different videos and like how are we going to do it and how are we going to do the lives. And I'm like, yo, I do lives in my sleep. Just let me show up. And they're like, oh, no, but we want to cover this. I was like, don't worry. I just need to see it in the corner of my eye. It's going to get covered. And so the first thing they say, well, here's a list of stuff we need to make video about. I sent them all the videos, like a couple hours. I was like, here you go. And they're like, oh. But we didn't even plan the rest of these videos. It's okay, they're done. Like, just let me do it, right? So sometimes I get you have to plan because, failure to plan is planning to fail. But there's also over planning. There's procrastination.
Plan crash the nation. Yeah, that's true.
That's a new one.
That's true. Okay, so I have a game that I want to play.
Ooh, let's play a game.
Advantage, disadvantage. But before we get to that, I want to know your pick of the week.
Oh, I keep telling myself I was going to make a graphic. Pick of the week. Oh, there it is. There's the graphic.
It's there. We did it. Good job.
My pick of the week is an application called Mac Whisper. Okay,
Ooh, tell me about that.
Mac Whisper is dope. I'm going to first point out you can do every one of these things right now on ChatGPT to a certain extent. You can also do these with any myriad form of transcription tools. But the one thing that makes this good is it's done directly on your Mac and it's local. So what I did was I threw it this episode and it generated this transcript of you and I talking. Okay. Then I can go over and to the segments thing and I can see various portions about our transcript. I can export that transcript into VTT or SRT, which is the way that YouTube needs it, or some other applications. But then what I get to do is come over to the AI side and I can select a model. So let's say I want to do ChatGPT 4.0. I can say, go get me the bullet points for this transcript. So I can click on bullet points and press submit, and it's going to reach out to the old ChatGPT, and it's going to give me the bullet points off of the full transcript. And because this is happening locally on your machine, number one, you're getting a little bit less of the hallucination or the craziness that can come with ChatGPT. And then number two, it's just a lot quicker because it's literally happening on your machine. I could also switch to Claude because I'm telling you right now, Claude's a little bit more brilliant. So I can do the same thing and have Claude generate me the same bullet points. And of course, you can see Claude's prettier because like I said, Claude is magna cum laude. ChatGPT is like, smart guy in class, couple of A's and a B minus here and there, but Claude is magna cum laude at this point, for the next 3-4 weeks anyway, because they constantly flip flop. But you can do things like highlight the key points, pull out the questions from the show, identify emotions from the show, generate a frequently asked questions. These are all in there, and you can, if you have your own prompts, you can go in and add your own prompts. But Mac Whisper is very, very, very clutch. I absolutely love this tool. I like how fast it is. And I like the fact that even if something were to happen and say the internet's not working that day, or Chad gives you the thing that Chad gives you where, hey, I'm busy, you can be like, that's all right, fool, I got Mac Whisper. Chad, I see how you be. I thought we was tight, So yes, Mac Whisper is dope. It's written by a single guy, Jordy. You can find it on Gumroad. I'll put the links in the description. And yes, Jordy is from the Netherlands. Holland, my favorite.
Oh, I'm downloading this right now.
Yeah, it's really cool. If you happen to have Pro, my version is the Pro version because you know me. I always want to support these developers because I want to see Jordy keep going. But the free version is dope for someone who's just in a position where they cannot help. I think if I'm going to say it correct in Norland, it might be Jordy instead of Jordy. No J in the Netherlands. But yeah, like Jan instead of Jan. Yeah, anyway, I'm practicing my Dutch. I'm letting my Dutch go together. Now I feel like I want to have, I put on some wooden shoes. That's just racist. Anyway, hi, Mary Lou.
Hi there.
What is your pick of the week? Mark is cracking up in the Zoom in the background in the back room. Mark is cracking up because one of our live studio audience members is from Holland, the Netherlands, as they say, and he's dying over here. I'm sorry, Mark. I take it back. I won't be racist anymore. Go get your windmill. Ooh, they did it again.
Ooh.
Sorry, Mary Lou.
All right, so my pick of the week is something that's come up often in my live streams on my channel and then out in the world is my Osmo Pocket 3 creator combo specifically. I don't try to get every camera that comes out, but this came to me in a very interesting way because years and years and years ago, I had a couple DJI products that just would embarrass me out in the field. I had like the original DJI Osmo, and I had the drone, the little drone, Mavic, the red one. I called her Robin Sparkles. But they just would fail on me all the time, right? Like they were fun. The footage looked great, but I would be out on jobs and they would just like not connect. They would, and this was like years ago, right? So I was like signed off on DJI. I was like, don't worry, I don't need to use them. There's plenty of other products out there. Now, I had been using my Sony ZV-1 for my like around the house kind of filming vertical videos, like when I need to do product videos in the kitchen or stuff out in the world. But my ZV-1's usually attached to my desk.
And she disembodied his little brother on screen.
What's that? Oh yeah, I did. I sure did. I still have it in the little box. She's in her little grave. But she's doing okay. I took apart a ZV-1 on camera because it was broken, and I knew I couldn't fix it. But the drama was fun.
The drama was fun.
The drama was fun. And maybe one day I will learn how to repair. Yeah, don't touch that. No, it was so funny because everyone was like, "No, not yes, that no."
Oh my god!
And then the rest of us who like I admitted, I'm like, I do not know what I'm doing, but I knew the thing was dead. That's what I knew for sure. It was going to cost as much to repair it as to just get like a new used one or secondhand one. But like fortunately Doc donated Stacy to the cause. So my sister now has a ZV-1 again. So, but I was looking for a second ZV-1 to use because I don't like to take stuff off of my set. And then I started to see these comparisons of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I hadn't looked at 1, 2, years I haven't looked at DJI products. And then the ZV-1, it was like all these comparison videos. And I was like, I'm not looking at it. Okay, let me take a peek at it. And I was like, I think it's really good. I think it has what I'm looking for. So I got that in March, and I have no regrets. I'm using this camera like almost every day. It's just so fun, easy, and versatile, right? So I love the Insta360 cameras, but those are specialty cameras. Those are like when you need that shot. When I need to put a camera in a cup of water or I need to attach it to my cat, I'm going to use the little bitty one, the Insta360 Go 3S. If I need a 360 image off the side of a building in Chicago, then I'm going to use the X4. But for moving around in the world, this one, Thursday, I had my live stream, and then I was like not feeling it. I was like, the desk wasn't set up, the office wasn't set up, but I pulled this out and live stream from this, cleaning in the kitchen, cooking my lunch, chit-chatting with the people. It was everything. It was everything. And if you get the creator combo, it comes with everything. Now, that's with products. The product is good. Now, it's easy to want to cancel a brand because of some kind of interaction, because of something going on in the world. Now, I love this piece, right? I love this thing. But I had a question. I had a very specific question about live streaming, which has come up between like a bunch of us. We happened to be at NAB back in April, and there's a big DJI booth, right? And I was like, my mission the whole time was like, we're going to talk to all these people, but I want to talk to the DJI people because I want to tell them how much I love this, but I have a question about a certain thing, because we're used to talking to different brands and like they listen to us. It's a conversation. It's not a big deal. We went to this booth and I was completely blown off and ignored. Just basically like, okay, little girl, don't talk to me. You're not important. I'd rather talk to these people. It's how I felt. Will that mean I don't want to use this camera anymore? No, because the brand and the product I separate from the people and marketing situations, and these are individuals. There's like so much more than this like one person who gave me a bad experience versus the entirety of all the people who had to work on this to make this good, and the years of like technological developments and the testing and everything. Like, so there's someone listening somewhere,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And don't worry, DJI is going to know me eventually.
Oh, 100%.
They're going to know me eventually. But I love that thing.
And even better, you get to tell the story of how you could have walked away at that point, but you stayed. That actually makes you even better. Okay, so I have a really, really good story to tell you about DJI. This literally just happened this week. So my Osmo Pocket 3, I don't know what happened to it, but the screen would not stay. Like, she's showing you with the vertical screen. That screen flips sideways so that you can do landscape, right? Mine would go to landscape mode and doink, it would flip back, like, because there's a spring in there. And I hit up DJI and I was like, yo, man, my screen is doing this weird thing. And they're like, submit a little quick picture and video if you can, just so I can see what you're talking about. So I did that. And literally within minutes, she called me back, and then she's like, here, let me get you a shipping situation, right? So she sends me a shipping label, and I immediately stuffed it in the box, which is funny because Mary Lou and I are box keepers, but I needed some space in the office, so I just threw out the dang box. Okay,
ooh, it's always
like,
just when you throw it out.
As soon as I threw out the box, I needed to send it back. But luckily, I got another box because, hey, Amazon comes to my house every day. So I sent it back, and they have this really dope process. You go on their website, and it shows you, okay, it's traveling. It has got caught at the Kentucky or whatever facility, and then it is now being inspected. They send you a video of the blue glove hands repeating your problem. Oh, yeah. Hey, this girl is dead. Sorry, Rebecca has to go. All right. Then it says, we're going to send you a Rebecca replacement. All right, cool. I get a freaking phone call the next day. It's like, hey, this is Jenny from DJI Support. I just want you to know that, yes, we are covering this repair. It's well taken care of. Your new device is already being shipped out. I'm like, her name is Rebecca. She's okay. Well, Rebecca is on her way, and then she will be there in Monday. So you will also get an email with the tracking. And I just wanted you to know the status. I have never had a company call me to tell me that my repair was done and they're sending it back. other than Apple. We do that at Apple. But I've never had another company besides Apple. And what the problem you get working at Apple is you expect exemplary customer service from everybody because Apple gives it to you. You know, at a time. And it's just crazy that they called and told me that it was good, it was coming back. And then I said, you know, here's my curse as a person who does these reviews online. I opened the box, I set it up, I'm doing all these crazy things, and I forgot to put on DJI Refresh Care. Now this instance reminded me I should have put it on. So since I'm getting a new Becky, can I put it on? And she's like, yeah, no problem. Says we do it, you got 48 hours, and then you could activate the DJI Refresh Care, which basically means they would have already sent me a new Rebecca while the other, as soon as the tracking label got sent to me, they already would have sent the new girl. So I can transfer things over, remove parts or whatever, and then send the other one back. And that just makes their honor system a little easier. And it's only $35. But anyway, I got to say, that goes to show you one person being an absolute twat waffle. Oh, do I have to cut that out? Never mind, it's my show. Versus the rest of the people being good. So don't just make an immediate judgment because Darren, let's call his Darren, just because Darren was like that. And I really thought Eden was going to clock him. That's all. that is all. She's like, what you say? I'm like, oh, Eden, put it back. Don't hit him with a basketball.
And then this is also to have you guys like make your own decisions about brands. Just make your own decisions when there's a train of hate or love. Either way, right? The hype train or the hate train. Just make your own choice to get on or off that train.
Choices. Man, this theme is going to be about choices. Okay, so we're transforming your weaknesses into unstoppable strengths with a matter of a small little tweak in the mindset, just like a little.
So here's the game. Okay? I'm going to spit out.
These grapes are rotten. They're not rotten. These grapes are wine. There we go.
I'm going to shoot out some perceived disadvantages.
Okay.
Right? Because like a disadvantage to one person is an advantage to the other. So we'll just say perceived. And then you flip it.
All right. Ooh, okay. I'm playing. I know what we're playing. We're playing a game called Is Your Certificate Yet Up? That's what this game is called.
Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Is your Okay, so over planning. That you mean
because you're reading you're reading the notion.
I thought you want me to do it live. Okay, but
but don't look at the notion. I'm writing them, so I have notes to tell you. Okay, so close the notion.
Hey, look,
we have a notion where we share things, but over planning's the first one. Now just
I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna look away. In the meantime, when Mary Lou is writing that, I want to remind you folks that if this is your first time listening to Creators Unstuck and you finding any type of value in this situation whatsoever, yes, please do follow, subscribe, whatever you want to call it. And I think one of the greatest things that you can do for any person that you watch and you endure is actually type them something and let them know. Because I got a crazy positive message from a new subscriber this week. And you know, a lot of times when those come in, it's right after you got some heinous message from somebody that makes you think differently about human beings. So I think whenever you find any creator, let it be Sammy, let it be Paul, let it be Alicia, if they put out something that you're like, all right, that's fire, please give people their flowers. That's how you going. This is called a callback in the business. Going back to, you know, the industry and how people can be perceived that the online is bad, or, you know, spending too much time online is bad. That's because they only hear about the negative stuff that happens online. Nobody talks about the positive things that happens online. You know what I mean? My brother June and I, we have a friend, Travis. He was a neighbor in business, but also a good friend of mine. Travis ran a shop right across the street from our store. It's called Hypersports. This is where I was in the street race, and all the street racer kids, we all built our cars at Hypersports, so to speak. Travis and I are super close. Travis was on a trip in Japan and had a heart attack. And then he had to stay there because you can't fly back. Well, the wife reaches out to everybody online, send the prayers and thoughts for Travi. And then, our friend group got together and raised like 125K to help cover his expenses so that he can recoup in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So don't spend too much time online. Man, shut up. The online can do some dope things. The bad stuff is because that's what you elevate. Whatever you think about, run this back 3 times so that they get it. Whatever you think about last time, so it's deep in your head. Whatever you think about expands. So if you only think about the negative ish that happens online, that's your world, Poppy. I think about the positive things online can do. Like allow me to hang out with Mary Lou. Allow me to meet dope cats like Paul and Alicia and Mr. Camera Junkie and my boy Rich in Texas who took me to barbecue and I still taste it. To see my man Wills when I come to LA with Mary Lou. Like that's what online did for me. Online got me more friends. So I want to hear your horrible stories and big ups to you and speedy recovery. Everybody send out your positive thoughts to my boy Travi because he's really like family. Because whenever June would be like, Doc's supposed to be moving TVs, where he at? And then he would cover for me because I'd be at Hypersports goofing off. And he'd be like, bro, you got to get back. Mom's going to kill you. Okay. I was in the garage. I was sorting serial numbers, or the warehouse, not the garage. Anyway, so big ups to that. All right, Mary Lou, you ready?
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Over planning.
So you want to know how to flip it or?
So for you, like you think that over planning is a disadvantage.
Yes.
How is it an advantage?
Oh, well, it's an advantage because in theory, should something come up, you should be ready. So in theory, you have also planned for the contingencies. I just say a lot of times the over planning types don't plan for contingencies. They got everything planned for the case it works out. So if you are going to be an over planner, make sure you add contingency plans as well. That's just my military training kicking in.
Okay. Financial disadvantage.
Oh, start ugly, because then you have some place to go. Luis says this all the time, and I completely agree with him. If you come out the gate hitting a Grammy on the first go because you came in fully loaded, fully funded, or whatever, everything else looks like a failure. But if you start at the bottom, now we here, to coin the phrase of the guy losing the battle, people get to see you make the changes on the way up. You also leave yourself open for the underdogs to ride with you. And in a way, that's even better. You have a full grassroots upbringing. They seen you. I seen Green Day in the basement on Telegraph Avenue when they were special children or sweet children. And then they're Green Day. I saw them when they weren't Green Day. And today, one of my favorite bands, even though a lot of people can't stand Green Day, I love it because I saw them when they were just starting out and kind of horrible at like, we got paid $15 to do this gig.
Okay. Age, started too late. Too late to start.
Bruh, this is
your bread and butter.
My bread and butter. And funny enough, I never really spent a lot of time like making these specific videos, but recently YouTube, there is this trend of all these people being like, you're over 40, you should be making videos. Yo, I've been saying this mess forever. Like, theoretically, when YouTube started, I was already pushing 40, right? Because I've been at this 17 years, so that's exactly 40. You know what I mean? You have experience. You have a lot of experience, actual, real world experience. A lot of the cats talking this wolf online, they have no experience. They heard about, they read about, somebody told them, a teacher told them, but they have no actual real world experience. You have the strongest advantage, not disadvantage. You have the strongest advantage of having actual real world lived experience. You also have you're not like sidetracked in theory by some of the vanity things because you're already past that. Like there's no way I'm going to get these wrinkles to disappear. But I just had it happen in the Cap Show group. People talking about like, how do I put on a cute little blurry filter? And I'm like, you don't. You just don't. Man, I tell you what, every time I see somebody older than me with a solid black head of hair and a solid black beard, I just like, bro, you ain't fooling nobody. Could you imagine Paul showing up with jet black hair and jet black beard? He would look like Steven Seagal. So that's a prime example. See how foolish Steven Seagal look with jet black everything when he's what, 78? Come on, dude. Stop it.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, and I always say like aging is a privilege. Aging
Straight
is a
up.
privilege. We don't all get there. We don't. So you know a lot of stuff. Okay. On the flip side of that, too young.
Even better. You have time to make mistakes. You have all the time in the world to make mistakes. Something I have to talk with Kaz about all the time, Kazuma, my nephew, because, again, 14 and just starting out, like he wanted to hurry up and get there. I'm like, bro, please stop it. Don't hurry up and get there, because sooner or later you're going to be like me and your mom talking about, damn, that hurt. Oh, my God, that hurt. You're like, what's wrong? Nothing, but it just hurt. So, like, yeah, you're definitely in a position right now where you have the ability to pivot. You make a mistake, you got plenty of time to overcome from it. You can go from rich to broke to rich again to broke again to rich again with the amount of time you have left over.
Very much so. Okay, so now health issues or being differently abled.
I am differently abled. I was born black in America. Mm-hmm. Like, that is just, you can't do anything about that. Why struggle with something you can't do anything about, right? When I was coming up as a kid, we didn't have a diagnosis for, adult attention deficit disorder. You were just considered bad or special ed. But it turns out we're actually super smart, but just can't sit still. You got to constantly be moving. You got to constantly be doing, or your brain just goes different. I think neurodivergence, every human being on the planet is neurodivergent. When otherwise we'd all be the same. We'd all be robots. We'd all be clones, if you will. Attack of the Clones, good series. So considering that we all aren't born on Mandalore and somehow became a clone army, freaking Fett. Yeah, it's up to you to take the things that work for you and find your tribe. Absolutely find your tribe. I saw a
Like,
TED
on
Talk.
that note, remember when being a geek, like being a Star Wars fan, was a disadvantage? And there's San Diego Comic-Con is the biggest thing on the planet, right?
Bruh.
It's huge. So
The best thing that ever happened to me was going to Comic-Con and seeing oh my God, there's a whole lot more nerds out here than the rest of the world will let you know. We are nerd deep. Not to be confused with Mob Deep. So, yes,
Nerd Deep is a good name, though.
Nerd Deep is a good name, bro. I should steal their album cover and turn it into Nerd Deep. But yeah, it's just really, you're so true, Lou. There's so much to be seen, and somebody needs to hear from you. I tell Aubrey all the time, that we probably wouldn't know the old Aub that she keeps trying to get back to. We don't know her. We don't know that person. That person was a coder and busy and probably wouldn't have time for us because they were busy at the White House talking about girl coding and all these things. But the Aubs we got now after her accident and her ability to not remember nothing for more than 10 minutes, that's the Aubs we love. We don't even know the other girl. I was like, F that other girl. We don't know her. She would have been one of them too cool for school kids. But now she's one of us.
Obs.
Yeah, she's our Ob. She's one of the broken ones. She's, we're the cracked shell egg game. I mean,
come on over.
Come through.
Okay, location. I don't live in a city that is worth filming in. I don't have anything interesting going on where I live. Location.
Man, that is, believe it or not, one of my weaknesses. You guys are going to laugh. Please do not laugh, but this is true. Believe it or not, one of my weaknesses is being in Honolulu. I am super isolated from all of the events. Anything I need to go to is 20 hours of travel, right? To show up to Creator Camp, I will be up for a day. By the time you guys see me, I will have been up for over 24 hours to get there. When I got to just go to the West Coast, it's about 8 hours of traveling just to get to Cali. But you know what? I show up to every online thing possible. I create every online thing possible. If I cannot get to VidCon, I make my own. I'll make my own little VidCon in the Zoom meeting somewhere, right?
Yes.
It takes me 13 hours to fly to Boston. It takes me 12 hours to fly to New York. And then from JFK back to the city to get to B&H is another 2 hours, depending on what time you land. Yeah, just like, I don't know, man. Like, what is not Marshall Fox? That's super dumb. What does Martin Lawrence say? I'm going to be where I'm at. Yes, so, yeah, that's not true. And honestly, a good photographer can find dope imagery anywhere. In the middle of Walmart, they can make something look quite amazing. Ain't nothing in Walmart amazing.
And that's like with, you think about if you're in a location that isn't a destination, right, doesn't have neat stuff, that is where you can create something new. You can be the one who looks at it in a different way, right? So that is an advantage.
Yes.
All right, just a couple more. No followings.
Every single person from Jimmy to Carly SCX to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift started when the only people that heard her sing were her mama and her daddy. Actually, Taylor Swift started when the only people heard her sing was her horse and her chickens. Now she can do an Erase tour, and like everybody and their mama, including Mary Lou and Des, is up in there screaming in the back.
Just crying our eyes out, yes.
Right, but Tay started with one people listening. Right? According to half of the population, the earth started with 2 people. That's a stupid math. But I'm just saying, if you believe that, hey, knock yourself out. I don't. But according to y'all, Adam and Steve invented this whole joint. There you go. Genghis Khan started with one kid.
So, okay, you had no following, but what about no real life support? Like nobody in your family gets it. Everybody's just talking trash.
F your family. Nobody in my family got it. Nobody in my family understood it at all. But I just kept doing it anyway. And then eventually, some of them started going, oh, hold up. This is the thing. I still have my cousin's wife is like, I don't understand it. What? You actually make money doing this stuff? I'm like, yeah. I mean, you can support your life just being like, I'm like, yes. She is a financial planner. Okay? So in her brain, it is impossible to make a living doing what we do. So 3-4 Christmases in a row, not understanding it. And then she was like, you going somewhere again? Yeah. You guys just came back from Japan in December. Yeah. But you guys are going back to Japan again? Yeah. Are you selling drugs? No. She still don't understand it because she's a financial planner. Her world, you got to work 9 to 5 and get a pension and get an IRA or a SEP IRA and all this other BS. And I'm like, you would crush it if you would just do this online. Because she's smart, she's personable, she's attractive, she's a mom, she speaks English and Japanese fluently. And I'm like, you could make more doing this online than you can making people's financial thing, whatever. And you would like it, but she's still having a hard time wrapping her head around the fact that it's a thing.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. All right, the last one. We will end on.
I thought we were end on F your family.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but trolls. It's like real trolls and then the online trolls.
All right, I'm going to say something really, really bad, and I'm sorry. This is just the facts of my world. I'm just the facts of Mary Lou's world. When I hear people complaining about trolls, they tend to be CWMs, because nobody came for them, because they're quote unquote in their head top of the food chain, normally is black t-shirt boys. I have a group of friends that all they do is show the trolls that come for them. Okay, the reason why I say that is because imagine being born a poor black child in the 60s. Internet trolls ain't new. Real life trolls is new. As normal, right? Imagine being born a gay dude in the early 60s, late 50s if I count my math. Trolls have been a part of my homie's life for 67 years. 68, I think his birthday's coming up. Imagine being born half Hungarian, half Filipino. Trolls been part of my girl's life for 40 years. Ain't nobody got nothing to say to me online that has not been said to me to my face. How low can you go? Death row. What a brother. Sorry. Even Mark got that Public Enemy reference. See how good that is? So that one I don't understand. I really don't understand that. However, I posted this week in my Instagram, and I'm not wanting you to see it because I want you to follow me or whatever. Just go see it. I think whenever you get a positive comment from somebody, you should share it, post it, copy it, put it in the folder, clip it, put it in Notion, and build that awesomeness file. Because every positive comment is a defense against 200 effed up ones. Because you are making an impact on somebody's life and you mean something to them. And when I hear stuff like that, when everybody comes in the community and be like, hey, man, like, I really need to hear that right now. Or I needed this minute. Like Joe said earlier in the chat, hey, I needed to see this minute. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that are good. Those are the ones that mean the difference. The trolls can kiss my black ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so with trolls, there's a couple different ways that I end up approaching it. But one of my favorites is when I turn them into content.
Yes,
you take the troll as a gift.
Yes.
Right? Like, this is like what stand-up comedians can do. Like, if they're good at it, they will take the heckler as a gift. Thank you for saying some bullshit my way. I'm going to turn that on its head, and we're going to have new jokes for the next 45 minutes. If you get a troll in your comments, if you got the energy for it, like, there are the days where I'm like, I can't look at you. I just straight delete them. I'm like, it's not going to haunt me in my notifications. Like, you're gone. But when I got the energy, do I tell you, I got that energy. And it's the most fun twist, because they're like, oh, you see me? Oops.
Y'all do not know about the revengeful nature of Filipino girls. I can tell you firsthand. It's not safe.
When I wake up right, and like when I got the time, boy, do I have time.
Oh my God, this is not a safe place. You got to understand, like, our cultures have been screwed with for thousands of years. I've said this to my friend a long time ago, and it's funny. I'm like, Filipinos are the black people in Asia. I've
heard that my whole life.
They've been F with for freaking thousands of years. The Bible only goes back to Filipinos been F with for like 8,000 years. And so I'm just saying, like, you hella stupid. You hella stupid. That's why they all can sing so good. They've been around for a long time. So, no, it's a thing. Like, it's a thing. I agree with you 100%. When I have the energy for it, I'm going in. And what drives me crazy is when people trying to be nice, they like redact their name. I'm like, nah, don't redact their name. Let everybody know that Paul Jennifer Duncan is a butthead. Not mine, a different one. But you know what I mean? And I just love it. I was watching Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. They were interviewing each other. And he said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Ryan, David, Jessica, Allison, Reynolds. And I just thought that was funny. So that's where that weird reference came up. Paul, I know your middle name is not Jennifer. I just thought that was funny. Thank you, Mary Lou. Thank you for saying that, because I think trolls can just be like hecklers in a comedy show. Just light them up. Just light them up. Your community normally will protect you anyway. But yeah, that's why I say, people, it's important when you see somebody doing something dope and you really like it, do the entire planet a favor and say something nice. Because a lot of people don't know this. If you are being a good citizen of a platform, like you're going in, you're leaving good comments, you're actively communicating with creators, you know what they say? This person is an engaged member of the platform. Let's bump up their videos and see what happens. And nobody knows that. None of the quote-unquote algorithm specialists would tell you you could actually get a decent bump just from being a decent human being in other people's videos. Holla.
Just like real life. You
Just
say
like real
hi
life.
to people, comment people. Like, I am always walking by, like, somebody I will never see again in my life. I'm like, I love how that color looks on you.
Thank
I
you.
do that all the time. And Will is like, really? I was like,
Dude,
yes.
I always
it's, like,
give
gonna make-
strangers compliments, bro. That's why I got sort of, this is really jacked up. The fallout from the Me Too movement is super irritating to me, because I always thought it was nice to recognize somebody when they just got their hair did, or if they got a nice set of kicks, or nice outfit. I always give compliments to strangers, because you're the difference between them having a smile on their face, or maybe somebody at work pissed them off. You might have just saved somebody's kid from getting their ass beat by giving somebody a compliment. Because people do dumb shit like that. They get a bad day and then they go home and beat their kids.
Right.
And I'm not making that up. I know for real life.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and just a little nuggets of putting good out there. It'll come back your way. It'll come back your way. Just do it with good intention. Without expecting anything back, and then it's just like a little nuggets of joy. And I hope that we gave you some little nuggets of joy, and whatever your disadvantages that you feel like they are, if you still feel them, like, put them in the comments. We will help you flip them around. And even if you've had disadvantages that are actually, you realized, your unfair advantage, we'd love to hear about that too, because this is about the community. We want to hear from you. We want to help you, because we love our creators.
There you go. Man, you got it. That's how you end the show. Anyway, I'm Doc Rock. You can find me all over the internet at Doc Rock Everything. And then that right there is the ever impressive, super dope, don't piss her off, Mary Lou.
You can find me all over the internet at Mary Lou Mandel.
Oh my God. That is super funny. Ladies and gentlemen, you made it through another episode of Creators Unstuck. Like Lou said, be sure, if you found any love in this, write it in the comments. If you know somebody need to see this, share it with them. If you having thoughts about your weaknesses or strengths or whatever, you want to holler about it. Just let us know, and we can't wait to see you again here on Creators Unstuck. So you know what time it is to say, see you. I get it, Creators Unstuck. See you. He funny. Peace out. All right, so I'm going to stop this broadcast. Boom. Let that marinate. Holla.
I was waiting for our song, but you'll put that in after?
I'll put it in after, because I want to
You
do
don't want
the
a
fade
fake
up.
end.
Yeah, you can't really do fade up in here. Okay, I'll go back to recording just in case we say something cool. Oh my God. Hey, I have an idea.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
I have an idea. Let's do this real quick. I had this idea the other day, so I'm going to put in Oz butt, and then I want to add a camera. Can I add a camera? No. Okay. I need to put back on the stupid switcher thing for a second, which I hate. Then I'm going to add Lou like this. Okay. And the reason why I want to have some stuff here is so that we can get clips for like the promo, and we can get clips for Opus that's easier for it to do its thing, because it's just an even split. Okay?
Yeah, I had trouble with the frames.
Right, because of the frames, right. So you should do this at the end of your show. have a scene that's just like where it's just you guys like this, and then you can have conversations and talk with your people because you might find some gems in the after party, or you might want to promote the next sode and whatever, and you have this happening for you. You know what I mean? It's easier for you to chop up because you put it in chop up position. Also, a good way to do, if you're going to do like a pre-show, you want to do pre-promos with a guest, do the plain basic split screen and then let Opus do their thing. You know what I mean? There you go. So now you know. Now you know.
I like the plain split screen. I think that it actually is very versatile.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Not my. I don't even know. I can't even break that one down. What it is, junkie camera. All right. AT, how you doing, mommy? Good to see you here. That was good. Like, that was a very dope stream. Is there anything that we should definitely make sure it becomes a reel?
Well, I mean, definitely the clip before where we're doing our vocal warm-ups. I'm like, that's already in my head. I'm taking that one. We don't need to re-record it. I have it. It's in.
Oh God, I'm scared.
I will make something happen.
I'm scared. Okay, so let's just take the top. Let's just take the top one, and then try to get it into a minute 30. So you read the hook, and then I'll use it as the promo. I'll promo it, and we'll flip on that.
The hook number one.
Hook number one.
Okay. The underdog one. Underdog situation.
Wait, I gotta see what I gotta check what time I gotta pick up Chan. Hold up. Sorry, Emma's nickname is Chan because Emma Chan, get it? Those of you guys who understand Japanese, you get it.
Yes.
God damn it.
Where is he going?
Ooh, my magnet from damn it, my magnet for my phone is not connecting to the charger. There it is. All right, there we go. Sorry.
I'm trying to pull you back center because you're not.
Oh, that was the Ozbot because I accidentally pulled the cable. Uh-oh, Reggie. There you go.
There we go. Now
my
he's in the
Ozbot
middle.
is legit sitting on top of my prompter, so with some orange tape. I'm gonna reconfigure this thing so it doesn't have to do that, but it's just super funny that it's right there.
That one doesn't track. I thought it would track you, or you don't.
I don't use tracking because tracking on
side to
Talking
side.
Head is obnoxious. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's go.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Have you ever felt like the underdog, the new channel, the new creator, the newbie, the small channel, the disadvantaged creator? Well, we're going to talk to you about how you can take that disadvantage and reframe it because it probably is actually your advantage.
Yeah, you know, one of the biggest ones that always comes up is like, I'm brand new or I'm a small channel or no one's watching, whatever. This is perfect. That means you have the best time ever to make the mistakes and not a lot of people are going to see it. You can't really make a fool of yourself to two people, right? So in a way, use it as an advantage to work your way up in your skills, practice and get better every week. So being a small channel is actually an advantage. Also, you can pivot and change and make all your mistakes real quick up front, fail fast, and reiterate. I think that's how the saying goes. So come and check us out this week on Creators Unstuck as we get in, turning your perceived or real weaknesses into strengths.
Excellent. All right, hook number 2. Let's just go through all of them. Here we go. Next hook. The truth about
Alicia, you didn't even dance with me. I thought we was tight.
They might be your biggest. All right. Next one. You ready?
Yes.
The truth about your perceived disadvantages is that they're probably your advantages.
Absolutely. I saw one recently where, person says they're like disorganized and they can't seem to get organized and they spend a lot of time doing it. A lot of times the unorganized person is the best because you give the perception of being unobtainable and busy, and people always want what they can't have. And so then people are more dying to get to work with you because you forgot to call them for 2 weeks. You actually just built a little bit of tension and made it seem like you're busier. You might have actually been busy, but then they're going to see that as a way of, oh my God, I got to work with this person because they are in high demand.
Facts.
That was
Look at that.
dumb.
This is great. This is great. Look at it. We're just gonna have.
That was a hard end, but we can do something else with that.
No, that's okay if they're hard ends like that. Listen, I'll cut these together. It's gonna be cute.
It's going to
Okay.
be cute. Jesus.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
3, 2. What if we told you that the one thing you think is holding you back is actually the thing that's gonna help you win?
Oh, the one I hear all the time is time. I don't have enough time. I can't do this, can't that. In a way, that time limitation means that your creativity has to be fitted in a short amount of time, right? So that keeps you from plotting, piddling, over planning, over editing, over tripping. When you sit down on a time constraint, you normally would do your best work. I know back in school, when it came time to write papers the night before I had to turn that sucker in, those turned out to be some of the best papers. A lot of times that time constraint is your creativity. So we're going to talk about this, the time constraints, and everything else that's holding you back on Creators Unstuck. Come and check us out at Creators Unstuck. Everywhere you're unstuck, getting is unstuck.
Cute.
Now I got Alicia. She cracked her neck on that one. Take that, AT.
Oh.
Dude, I don't
okay,
listen.
cool.
I don't know if it's just me. Nothing in the world makes me happier than making Alicia smile because she has one of the best smiles in the business.
The best.
And she cracks me up because she be trying to be tough. I'm Detroit. You can't mess with me. Ha ha ha.
But
And
she
then
got
we
her
can make her laugh.
dimple.
It's even more funny because she ain't as gangster as she thinks she is. Plus, she's only 5'1", so there's that. Oh, 5'4". My bad. Sorry. I didn't mean to make you as short as India. My bad.
All right, cool. Okay, so the next one, you're going to give us the perspective shift that will change your life. Oh. Ready?
Yes.
All right. Stop seeing it as a disadvantage. This perspective shift the doc's going to give us is going to change your life.
Yeah, listen, here's one I get all the time, especially from my creators with a little bit of, say, vintage. You know those that grew up with Game Boys that were actually a Mattel football game with the one little line? All of my OGs out here, all of my 80s kids, you have the best advantage in the world of real world experience. A lot of these kids are making really, really impactful videos, but they're talking out the side of their neck. They're just trading anecdotes or hearing stories or read about it in a book. Most of us have actually lived this multiple times. So you have real world experience and real world perspectives to give. So to my Gen X crew, definitely the world needs to hear from you. It's time for you to get out there and tell your stories. If you want to know how to do that, come and check us out on Creators Unstuck. We are all the places where Unstuck getting is possible. Just make sure you are keeping up with Creators Unstuck. We got you.
Gorgeous. All right, our last one. Transform your weakness into unstoppable strengths with this simple mindset change. Okay, friends, transform your weaknesses. Friends, we want you to transform your weaknesses into your strengths with one simple mindset change.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people love to use this terminology. I do this all the time. I like to stick in the word just, right? I am just starting out, or I'm just beginning, or I'm just getting to this. How about you take that out and just do it? It's really funny, right? You got to just do it. No, a lot of times if you take that out, because adding that word just actually self-belittles the process. If you're beginning, you're beginning. You're not just beginning, you're beginning. I am brand new to this. I am eager to learn. I am ready to go. When people say, oh, this is hard and I don't have space to do this because it's so difficult, I say, I like learning new things. I got this. Give me a week and I'll show you how I can master anything. Those simple little changes in the verbiage between learning how to do this particular software is hard to I know I can do this is an absolute game changer. So we're going to talk to you about that and everything else over on Creators Unstuck. So make sure you're checking out myself and Mary Lou and our new podcast, Creators Unstuck, so we can help get you Unstuck.
Unstuck. This is the way.
I like that. This is the way. Oh, that's
Because
so
I'm the
good.
Mandalorian. I don't know if you know that. That's like my name on our Disney Plus. It's Mandalorian.
Look, yay! You missed the stream. We got some pop filters. Yay!
Filters.
We are in the building. Thank you. That is a long name, so you just tell us your actual name so we don't have to read it, because that I'm never gonna. And Paul said, and read the manual. I mean, not Paul. I'm mixing my old gray-haired people. Read the manual. Yo, this is so cool. I like this. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about next week?
Next week, let's look at our little notion.
Let's look at our
get
notion.
some notion in the ocean.
Boom. Listen.
Great.
Look.
How long
Save
did
this
that
for my
was
next-
that episode? Ooh, where's mine? Right here.
We on episode 4. Ooh. Did you do Prime Day or you got it before?
They gave this to me. Yeah, I was like, well, you said you bought it. I was like, I wish you would have just told me before you ordered it.
Oh my goodness.
Send it
Hey,
back. It's Prime.
It's Prime. I can give it back. This thing is cool.
It's pretty cool. You've used it? You gave it.
I just messed with it yesterday on the stream. I can't get it back out the case very easily though.
Same. I agree. You got it's like once it's in there, it kind of belongs.
I'm gonna just leave it.
But
But
it doesn't really need to come out because you can charge it in the back. If you guys are curious what this is the
I have an
Claude
open
AI.
back case though, so I have to cut my case. Once I decide I'm gonna keep it, then I'm gonna cut the case just so that, because it fits in the bottom, but the top don't fit.
It's like a voice recorder, but you can record phone calls. I don't know what it, maybe you can explain it, how it is recording a phone call when you're like this. 'Cause
It
it's like the
is a
vibrations or something.
vibration sensor. Basically, it's a
It's cool.
vibrational microphone.
Yeah. So like, is it what you're going to use for like podcasts? No, but
No.
for taking notes, for getting the notes on your meetings and things like that. That's what I was using it for, is like conversations where you just need to like brain dump some stuff and then it just will give you a little outline, and then you can send that to the client and be like, here's a recap of what we talked about. But
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you,
Okay,
Sammy.
what did
Sammy
we
ordered
do?
some Doc Pops too. Thank you, Sammy.
Yes. Sammy, what colors did you get?
Lisa ordered some Doc Pops too. Bingo. Oh, look, people is in the building. My people is out here in these streets. Mary Lorian. It's a Mary Lorian.
That's good too.
That is so good. Oh, that's super good. All right, come on. What's on our list? Let me see. Let me
Ooh,
pull, I can
look
pull up the
at-
notion for the whole family real quick.
Let's
Bingo.
see, everybody. What do y'all want to
Bingo.
talk about next week?
We got topics.
Okay, because next week will be
Mandalorian.
like a year from when I went to the Erase tour. So we can talk about what the creators can learn from the pop stars.
Oh, I like that. What can you learn from the pop stars? I have definitely seen shows where things go wrong and they're just able to like bring it back. Bring it back. Yo, look how fast we up to episode 3 before I even get on vacation. You see what I'm saying?
Which was our
Like,
goal.
Which is our goal, right? Because then next week, Saturday, when we record, actually, that'll be the last one for 2 weeks. I'm going to be out.
So maybe we need to do, like on our own, we can like record 1 or 2.
Or we can record Tuesday.
Okay, because it's like, do we want to get to 6 before you leave? Like
Yeah,
in the can.
yeah. I like to just have Pod Fade punched in the teeth. Yeah, the faster you punch them, actually, it's a made up shit. You know how people be. It's 7, but I don't even care about that. Like, it's just everybody says it. That's what it is. But the truth is,
I was just like, because it's like 6, like half a season. Like,
yo, bam.
I feel like Stranger Things comes out 6 at a time.
Ooh, I like that too. I'm down. 6 is a number.
Right, because so this one we just did number 3.
Oh, I see. So Paul is going to fill in while I'm gone.
Ooh.
Paul volunteered now. He opened the damn mouth. So we're going to come back and be like, this is Mary Lou and Paul. Hey, girl, hey. We're going to do this
Creators
anyway.
Undocked.
How does someone pick a topic on what to make content about? This is a very good question. Would you like that to be a show? We can do that too.
Yeah, that could be one.
One
I
of the
think if we
things that
do,
we're
like-
doing is right now, we're asking you, Joe. Like, that's legit what we're doing. I think the sleeper move is looking inside your content. Oh, I know what I can show you, Lou, that I haven't showed you yet. Okay. Let me switch this over to this, and let me see if I can switch it over to Chat GPT. I think I have it open real quick. So I found something this week. Compliments of Paul, by the way, because Paul had a crazy idea. And then I was like, nah, Paul, it can't work that way because that's not how the API works. And then Paul was not listening to me because Paul's hard-headed. But in the process of processing his thought process, that didn't make no damn sense, but I know what I'm saying. He pointed out something, and I was like, holy crap, wait a minute, this might just absolutely work. Wait, I have to repress this button, sorry. So we found out that inside Ecamm, right, it gives you an SRT file, correct? When you do your recording, there's an SRT file added to the recordings. So I took the SRT file and I said, pull all the questions out of this chat transcript and highlight the awesome ones for videos or trainings about content creation. Put them into a table. And chat was like, no problem, homie. And it did it. Because the chat transcript in Ecamm, when you do a SRT file, it not only takes the talking, so you're not just getting what Lou and I are saying. If I'm in live, let me do this live demo mode real quick. When you guys type stuff down in here, these comments show up in the SRT file. So when Joe posits a question like this is actually in the Ecamm SRT file.
From when you pop it up, or just if they've commented?
When they comment, period. Pop it up or not.
Oh, there's like a whole list of like
yes,
come up.
Yes, and I only figured that out. I've been using Ecamm, God, 4 years now. I only figured that out when Paul said that, and I go, let me see what I think we write it in the SRT files, if I remember correctly. So I said, let me throw the SRT file at Chad and see what Chad can do. And Chad was like, you be talking to Claude, but I got you. And then Chad spit it out. And so it gives you the person names, it gives you the question, and it even gives why that would be a good video. You know what I'm saying? Like, it breaks it down for you, right? So you can come in here now and take all of the ones that you pulled out and say, write me video outlines for the key topics to discover this, right? You know what I'm saying? So for instance, Robin had a question about, the files in the cloud or whatever. I can make a whole video about cloud storage and file management or whatever, right? What is there an optimal length for a video on various platforms? Boom. Here, I'm always telling y'all, make specific videos for specific platforms, even if it's the same video. Okay? So prime point, I did the video for which camera is which. The one on YouTube is 60 seconds. The one on Instagram is 1 minute and 20 seconds. I was able to put more information in the Instagram and the TikTok one. But the YouTube one, I had to cut it back. So I actually took the same video. It didn't take a lot to trim it, but the one on YouTube is very top, because I had to pull all the gaps out. You know what I mean? In order to make it fit. So, yeah, like, bingo. And then Paul has a tool, that does not sound good. Paul has a tool called YouTube Chat Downloader, which can get you the live chat from a video. The question about YouTube Chat Downloader, which I didn't ask Paul. Let's do this.
Actually, it's YouTube Comment Downloader.
Oh, see, look at, I pressed that button just in time. Y'all seen that? That boy good. So with YouTube Comment Downloader, I stand collected. Can you run that on your competitor streams and steal their questions?
You can run it on any you basically load any YouTube video, drop any YouTube video in it, and it will pull the comments out.
Ooh. So that's it. So if I'm Know Your Joe, bingo, and I'm making videos about coffee, because that's what I'm doing. That's a dope name for a coffee show. Know Your Joe, get it? That's brilliant. I would go to John Hoffman's channel and I would jack questions from John Hoffman about coffee, because he's the coffee expert on YouTube. John is brilliant. Love this guy. You talk about one of the most driest human beings, but the content is so good. If you want to know how you can be dry and still generate dope ass content and you like coffee, go see John Hoffman. I think that's his name. I think I said it right. I watch this dude's content all the time, and he is so good. Let me look at it real quick. JOHNHOFF.
Actually, I'm doing a test in the background.
Huh?
I'm testing that theory to make sure that's correct. I'll let you know in a second if it works.
Bingo. This is John Hoffman, right? So he always talks about coffee and everything, right? So maybe I wanted to do something about, like, French press technique, right? Or making a better V60 cup. I could go to this video and, in theory, don't play John's video. His hair kills me, by the way. He looks like Fido Dito. Just going, if you can look in these comments right here and scrape questions. Dude, I wonder if ChatGPT can scrape questions from a video link. Let me try something real quick. You know what? No guessing. Just ask. You know what, Chad? Can you do this? That is not ChatGPT. Let's do this. Let's go over here to Chad. Let's make a new Chad. Boom.
So just to follow up on that, as long as the stream that you're pulling from actually has the live comments being shown in the replay, you'll get the comments.
What is kamong? I just made it Vietnamese. I put kamong instead of comment. Come on. Okay, I said, can you look at this video and get the common questions from the chat? Not chat. Boom. See if it's possible. This is a good way to steal topics from your friends if it works. I cannot access the video directly. However, you can provide me with a list of the comments. So now we're going to go do a look for a tool that can steal the comments. Because they're public. They're on the page. So it's basically a web scraper. You know what I'm saying? We go to the browser. And we go here. And then these are pinned. Can you sort by newest first? No, you can't tell which is questions. But this is basically a web page. And it's a never-ending web page. So here's how you do research like such. Bam. Go here. Perplexity AI. Is it POSSIBLE to scrape the section of this page and get the questions? I'll just do one question at a time. Sometimes it's better to ask one question at a time instead of try to like bang your questions together. And then give them the link. And then bingo. Oh, I forgot to turn on Pro. It gave me the code on how to do it with Python. It can be done. It can be done. Okay. I already got boom. Pip install YouTube comment scraper. And then from YouTube comment scraper import. And then that's how you do the code. Bingo, bango. Beware of API limits. You're not gonna hit limits, just getting a couple. Boom. Here's related. So by the way, Perplexity has dope stuff. I'm going to do this one more time, though. I'm super sorry because I'm just curious what it's going to tell me different if I turn on Pro because, hey, I got Pro. So, look, turn on Pro. Bingo. And then go like that. See, Pro does a little bit different type of search. SEO bots IO, Python and YouTube data. Here's the Python code if I want to do some Python work, which I can. You want to identify the questions right there, and you got SEO bots. What is the best software tools? So here's where this is cool. They have a follow-up question right there. What is the best software tool for scraping YouTube comments? I'm going to go ahead and add that. And once this is all done, I can convert this into a page and share it with y'all. Perplexity is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. What about Shaft? He's the man. Sorry. He's stupid. He's super stupid. Octoparse, APIify, Outscraper, Smart Proxy, YouTube Data API. Boom. There you go. There you go. So yes, Joe, another way you can do it, long story short, another way you can do it is go out there and scrape your competitors' comments for questions or just do it by hand. Go see the ones you like and snatch them up. Yeah, I forgot to go check Paul's link. How much does that cost? Because although I can write Python, why? YouTube. UBEZOMMENT DOWNLOADER. Bam.
Right, it's like, so you could go and do this manually, but like if you could get a lot of data and then run it through AI to be like, can you sort this into like what are the most common question, what comes up the most, what, is actually useful, what you could do right now, like that could help you prioritize.
Yeah, so Paul's app is 20 Paul's wrong Paul. See, even my computer don't know which Paul. So, the YouTube comments downloader is $20 a month, but I'm gonna tell you what you do. Don't tell nobody I said this. You go over there, you turn it on for the month. Right? You're gonna do this 3 times a year. You're going to go to like 4 or 5 videos because it says they do 1 million comments in a month. You're going to go to 4 or 5, maybe 10 videos of all the people that are talking about what you're talking about. Especially the ones that are hella famous but also hella busy. Because you know what they don't do very well? Answer their questions from their community. And you go and you snatch 50 videos out of that and then turn it off. That's worth $20. If I told you right now, I can, sorry, you guys just seen Doc's brain do it. You just seen Doc's brain. Let's just say I was Mark and I had more time than anything else. I would turn on YouTube comments downloader and then go to people like, what if I told you for $50 I can give you 100 videos that you need to make because your competition is leaving them on the table.
Oh, it's a business. It's a little business. It's a little service.
And 2 people, 3 people, 4 people say yes. You paid $20 to $30 to do this real quick and send them a list. knowing good and well they ain't gonna make but like 10 of them. But if any of those 10 work, but fam, I need another. I need some more. It's like cocaine. They're gonna be like, can I get some more? And you be like, yes. Listen, Gina, let me tell you something. I can give you the best comments from any YouTube video on the planet, Gina. That's because I'm Mark fucking Montana. Dude, come on. So you see that? That was a flip. Because some people will be like, I'm not spending $20 a month on that. Yo, you can flip that 20 and make another 20 and another 40 and another 50 by doing it for somebody else. Because there's no way you need 1 million comments.
And if you're gonna do this just like once a quarter, you get that desktop app for $129. It's unlimited.
But it's unlimited.
Forever.
Forever. I probably would
love
just
those
get the
deals.
desktop. Did you get the desktop app, Paul?
Yeah.
See?
There was a special deal through whatever, and I got a lifetime deal. But the
You
other
got a
thing with
referral
those,
link? Come on, give it to us.
no, there's no referral link for him. But the other thing with this is they've also created a GPT in ChatGPT called, I think it's called Comment Analyzer. But you can take those and it will look at those comments, which is another service you could provide to people. You take all the comments that's downloaded, load it into this, and it will analyze it and give you feedback. And you can look at it from different ways. But it's a pretty cool
desktop
setup.
app it is.
And that's
Mark
built
can
into
say
that already,
This
Paul?
this is
Pardon me?
this is not Creators Unstuck crowd. Anybody in our crew that's still rocking Catalina, you are divorced for now. We'll see you when you catch up. I'm sorry, I'm not support. I worked for Apple 5 years. Any computer older than 70 years, don't ask me questions. So I still follow the Apple vintage policy. So anybody that's still on Catalina, you're on Apple vintage policy land. I'm a trained Apple genius. I'm licensed and certified by Apple. After 5 years, we don't speak.
What are we on now?
Huh?
Sonoma.
We're on. I'm on Sequoia. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm on Sequoia.
Well, I just looked at what this new computer has. Is Sequoia is newer than Sonoma?
Sequoia comes
Sequoia's
out
the
in
newest?
October.
Oh,
But
the
I'm
newest.
ahead of
Okay,
the
that's
game.
the
You know,
next
I'm
one.
one of them kids.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm waiting for Studio City in Sacramento to come out.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So what it's telling you, if you read this, it's telling you it works on Monterey and Newer, right? So after Monterey, we had Sonoma. After Sonoma, we have Sequoia. Anybody that's prior to Monterey is because you're on an Intel Mac. You ain't none of my business. I don't give a hey, stay out of my family. Like, I ain't talking to you. I can't help with you. I ain't trying to be that person. But if you're holding a computer for 10 years and still trying to figure out what's working, like, you're actually detrimental to yourself. You're probably uncoachable. So you're not a part of my secret. I'm just saying.
Ooh, I think I'm going to get this. I'm going to go through every Black Shirt Boys video.
Yes,
be like,
and just
okay,
jack their comments. And so Joe had a very decent question, and Paul had a decent solution. And yes, if you crazy, you can cobble it together with ChatGPT. Claude makes excellent code, so Claude would do a better job of giving you the code than Chat. But why? I mean, I could just say get the desktop ad and go to town. Go to town.
Yeah,
Worst
and
case scenario,
right.
Mark, if they said Mac OS, we don't care because you read it wrong. I read it right. But let's just say we took your word for it. Macs can run Windows. So you could just run the Windows version and keep going. But yeah, what they're saying is they're not going to keep supporting the old OSs because it's just stupid. Like, we're having a hard time because our lovely twins, they're so nice. They don't want to leave nobody behind. And then so they're having a harder and harder time keep leaving the window open for Intel computers. But Intel computers died in 2019. And we're about to be 2025. We've given you 5 years to go get the $400 it costs to buy a used Mac Mini. If you can't generate Mac Mini funds in 4 years, your business is so busted you should probably quit. I'm going to speak out of turn and say this. I know for a fact 2 years ago, if I told Luis to go buy a Mac Studio, he'd have been like, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to get $2,000 to buy a Mac Studio. And then I said, well, let's work on this business real quick. And I said, you can do this, and this. And not one excuse came out of his face. Not a syllable of an excuse came out of his face. You know what? I'm going to be out of line. If Luis wanted to right now go buy a brand new Mac Studio without even thinking about it, I know he could do it within the next 30 days. Now, contrast that to almost 3 years ago where he would have thought for a second, like, there's no way I'm ever going to save enough to buy a Mac Studio. Sometimes you need to put that little roadblock and tell it to, I'm just about this Jesus and Miro. Miro always says, this is funny. I'm sorry, it's a little ribald. Miro always says, you need to suck my balls from the back. That's what you need to do to your little limiting beliefs. Because in theory, there's no way in hell that when you can buy an M2 Mac Mini from Costco for $700 right now, that you should be still fighting an Intel computer. That's just stupid. You can buy a used M1 for $400 or less. I've seen them as low as $299. There's no reason you should still be fighting it. Nobody in our crew is on old Macs. Not a single one of them. Except Sammy, who does it on purpose. Yes. And he got an Apple Vision Pro. See, I'm saying, I can speak out of turn because we had these conversations. You know, like I just know, like it's very easy to get caught in your thing and live that cycle. Like, but if you tell yourself, this is what I got, this is all you're going to ever get. If you tell yourself, I'm going to give myself X amount of time to get out of it, you be mad quick to step out of the liquid. All right, fam, that wraps it. Let's get it. This has been super dope. You guys are absolutely incredible. This was another great recording, and I just don't know what to say. Like, this has been fun. Like, every time we do this, I'm blown away by how good it is.
Yeah, I'm loving doing this. So thank you guys for letting me join in on your live stream parties.
Can you say it again, Paul? Damn it, so much pause. Right? Louis put in the effort, bro. Like I'm saying, he did not make a single excuse when I told him that was possible. He was like, bet, let's do it. And he went straight to work. And then now he's like, I need a vacation. So I'm just telling you, like, it can be done. Every single one of us can do the same thing, right? So Joe, to this statement right here, Joe, I tell everybody all the time, keep fighting for your disadvantages. You will win. If you keep fighting for the things that you think are holding you back, you will win. If you keep fighting for being small, you're right. If you keep fighting for not having enough time, you're right. If you keep fighting for being broke, you're right. Y'all are fighting for the wrong stuff. All of the excuses and roadblocks that you put up to stop yourself from doing stuff, all you got to do is flip them. And like I was telling people last week, you don't say, I'm going to quit smoking. You just say, I'm a non-smoker. It's the same thing, but it ain't to your brain. Your brain is smart. Your brain is too smart for its own good. So when you tell your brain you're trying to quit smoking, your brain will do things to make you want a cigarette. When you tell your brain, I am a non-smoker, your brain will help you be a non-smoker. And it sounds like the same thing, but it ain't. It's in the nuance.
Well, it's like a bumblebee. A bumblebee is not supposed to be able to fly because its body's too big and its wings are too small, but it doesn't know that, so it flies.
Oh my God! Paul just pulled out a dope. Who know that Paul was going to tell us about the birds and the bees?
That was so cool.
I didn't even know that. I consider myself a smart individual. Is that true, or you just made that shit up in church?
No, it's true.
Alicia said it's true. So never mind, Paul. I believe Alicia.
Yeah.
Here.
Aerodynamically, it should
There.
not be able to fly, but it does.
Let's just switch Paul up real quick.
I put my bronzer on.
Wait, how did my face get over there? It's supposed to be the Zoom active speaker. There we go. Oh my God, I did not know that. All right, we're going to leave y'all with that for your week. Bumblebee's fat ass ain't supposed to fly. Hashtag Paul Duncan. All right, family, we absolutely love you. We'll see you Tuesday. This has been fantastic. Everybody go get your butt unstuck. Let's do this. Peace out. Wait, I know what I can do right now. Real fast, real fast. I'm going to find it. Let's do this.
City of mine.
Nope.
How I
I got another one. I got another one for this.
Nope.
Where's
Outro.
Valerie?
What?